Keith Jackson saying Danny Rohl's still standing, but one bad run and he's under the cosh. Ewen Cameron's already punting him out the door and tossing Steven Gerrard and Frank Lampard into the frame like it's a done deal. Then you've got the brutal truth from Ibrox itself. £3.5 million. Telo Aasgaard'S getting compared to Danilo, a big fee turning into a bench warmer. And behind it all, Andrew Cavanagh's making moves in the shadows, sitting down with Kevin Thompson over a glass of wine and leaving him convinced Rangers are about to come roaring back next season. Now do me a favor, if you want proper Rangers talk, without the usual Scottish media nonsense, hit like and subscribe. We are pushing hard for 1,000 subscribers, and your support gets us there. So now we've got the usual noise merchants circling Ibrox like seagulls around a chip van. 1 minute it's Rohl'S safe, next minute it's he's done by summer. And it's all because we've just watched another couple of moments where Rangers should have put a stake through Celtic's heart. And instead, we've handed them oxygen. Keith Jackson's come out with the calm take. Says Rohl'S job's safe for now, but only for now. His point is simple. If we limp to a third or fourth place finish, then start next season undercooked and lose the first Old Firm, the pressure turns from heat into a full-on furnace. And he's not wrong, by the way. Rangers managers don't get the luxury of learning on the job when the league's on fire and the fans are boiling. But then you've got Ewen Cameron going the other way. He's basically saying the board won't stick with Rohl after spending big money, and he's throwing names around like it's a pub quiz. Gerrard, Lampard. One of them will be in the hot seat. That's the chat. Here's the bit that matters for us. The club's in a new era upstairs. Andrew Kavanagh in as chairman, new power structure, and we've already seen how quick it can turn. Russell Martin got brought in and then binned after a few months. So don't kid yourself, this is a patient regime that'll wait forever while standards slip. And let's be honest, Rohl'S earned some credit. He steadied things, got the dressing room looking like a proper Rangers dressing room again, and dragged us back into the conversation. That's not nothing. But Rangers isn't about not nothing. Rangers is about trophies, dominance, and putting rivals away when you've got your boot on their throat. Now the Gerrard talk, I get it. The man delivered 55, invincible, proper spine, proper standards, and he's available, which is why every half-baked rumor turns into a headline. Lampard? Different story. He's got a job down south, and by all accounts he's flying. So unless he's lost the plot, he's not chucking that to walk into our pressure cooker. So what's the truth? The truth is, the owners are backing Rohl today. But football boards don't love you. They tolerate you while you're winning. And right now, the support is conditional. It's in his hands, fine. But if we end this season like passengers, then what do you think Kavanagh does? Sits there smiling and clapping politely while Celtic laugh all summer? Or goes hunting for a bigger beast to lead Rangers the way Rangers should be led? 24 shots, 120 minutes at Ibrox, and we still couldn't stick the ball in the net. That's not unlucky. That's a warning siren. You can dress it up with stats all you like, but Rangers looked toothless when it mattered, and that should make every proper Bears blood boil. They'll tell you we had 6 on target, and Celtic had practically nothing. Aye. And who went through? Exactly. That's what happens when you've got huff and puff, but no killer. We started with Trimiti and Naderi. Neither of them lays a glove on the moment, and the mad part. Miovski sitting there unused after scoring 4 in the previous 2 rounds. That's the kind of decision that gets folk in the pub slamming their glass on the table. Now, they're bringing Danilo into it again, loaned out to NEC, option to buy, and honestly, I'm not losing sleep. 6 million quid, big reputation, and what did we get? A striker who never owned the shirt. 16 goals in 76 games. For that price tag at Rangers, that's miles off it. He ended up a weak cameo player, popping up now and then disappearing again. That's no Rangers standard. But here's the real sting. The article's saying we've got another one sliding into that same category. And it's not even a number 9, Telo Aasgaard'S. £3.5 million for an attacking midfielder brought in to be a difference maker. Not a passenger, not a maybe he'll come good, a difference maker. And what's happening? He's been sitting on the bench, not even getting on the pitch in 3 of the last 4 games, including that cup tie. At Ibrox, against them. If you're meant to be a big signing and you can't even get a minute in the biggest match, that tells you everything. Aye, he's had moments. A cracking free kick, a few decent bits, 5 goals in his first season, a couple of assists. But let's not kid ourselves, that output is bang average for a lad bought to be the creative spark. And Rangers fans have seen this movie before. Big fee, a few flashes, then you realize it's mostly just nothing. That's the worry. He's drifting into the expensive squad player bracket. Same place Danilo ended up. And Rangers cannot keep burning money on folk who don't grab the jersey by the throat and make it theirs. So the question is simple. Is Aasgaard going to stand up in these last months, demand the ball, demand the game, and prove he's worth every penny? Another season where folk are telling Rangers fans to be patient, to trust the process, to accept falling short as if that's just normal at Ibrox? It isn't. Never has been. And after that sickener in the cup against Celtic, the reality is brutal. If we're lifting anything this season, it's because we drag ourselves back into the league race and chase down Hearts. No favors, no excuses. But here's the interesting bit. Kevin Thompson, a boy who knows what this club is meant to look like, has sat down with Andrew Kavanagh. Glass of wine, private chat, and Thompson comes away absolutely buzzing. Says the man's imposing, straight to the point, classy, astute. And the line that sticks out. He felt 10 foot tall just because the chairman reached out and took the time. Now that matters, because Rangers has been run by too many suits who talk a good game and hide when it gets noisy. This sounds different. Kavanagh, by Thompson's telling, is doing the basics properly. He's asking the right people. He's going to the lads who've lived the standards. He's not pretending Rangers is just another project. He's treating it like the behemoth it is, and you can see the intent already. The new owners have come in, takeover end of May, and they've chucked serious money at the squad. We're talking nearly 40 million in 2 windows, big fees, big decisions, big responsibility. Shermady for 8 million, and we're finally seeing signs he's settling. January window, more bodies in, more cash spent, and there's even a big option sitting there for Skav Olsen if they want to pull the trigger. Now listen, spending money is nice, it gets headlines, but Rangers fans don't clap signings. We clap winners. We clap men who show up when the shirt weighs a ton. That's the only currency that counts at this club. Thompson's saying, even if we don't get trophies this season, he fancies us to be favorites next year because of who's in charge now. That's a bold claim, and I'll tell you what. It's the first time in a while you've heard a former player talk about the people upstairs with actual confidence, not polite hope. So the question is Kavanagh the real deal who will put proper Rangers standards back in every corner of the club? Or is this just another round of nice words and wine glasses while we watch others celebrate? If you're sick to the back teeth of soft takes and sugar-coated rubbish, get yourself subscribed right now. This is Rangers talk the way it's meant to be. Straight, loud, and honest. Hit subscribe, because what's coming next at Ibrox is going to shake the place.